The vision for Josiah came about when we realised that Emmanuel College was actually unable to meet the needs of some of the students who were applying and was having to turn them away. There was a strong feeling that an Emmanuel education should be available for every student, no matter what their level of need, and there the seed of Josiah College as a vision began.
We're a Christian school, and Emmanuel is named after one of the names of God, which is God with us, one of the biblical names. Josiah is another godly name, if you like, and it means the God who supports. Because Josiah College isn't there to do the work for the children or to look after the children, it's to support them and give them a springboard into the rest of their life. And I thought, what a lovely image for the school. So yeah, that's why we are Josiah College.
We were very excited when they first said this was something they wanted to do, the school designed specifically for children with autism. So our first exercise really was to go off and do a whole lot of research. And the other part of the exercise really has just been listening to their advice and their indications of what they see as the critical elements. It's been a great exercise, really interesting and rewarding.
Environments are terribly overloading for a student with autism. They will probably feel that it's very difficult to focus and learn in an environment like that. So whereas it will be busy and noisy and very stimulating in Emmanuel, at Josiah it will be calmer, quieter. There'll be filters in place to just put in the environment what is necessary to learn and what makes the student feel the most secure, the least distracted and the most able to learn.
The architects from Hamilton Hayes Henderson, Ed and Alan in particular, and the co-directors of Josiah and myself have spent a lot of time looking at research from Egypt and from America and from New Zealand and trying to work out the best way forward. It's been a very exciting, it's a really creative project.
The idea is to have as natural looking building as possible. The intention was that it be like a child's fort, you know, the fort type playground. So the whole school was an extension of that.
Everything from the design of the building, the finish of the building, the location of the building, to the class size of 8 students with 2 members of staff has been carefully thought about. The curriculum, what we'll study, how we'll study it, the adventure of learning that will go on together will look very different from the adventure of learning at Emmanuel.
We know that we need to be part of the research for the future, and we know that what we've got is not going to necessarily be perfect. And so in the future our school will develop, and as the classrooms are added onto, we'll find that some aspects of the first model we may alter slightly to improve. So that's why it's been lovely to think that we're not going and just building the full school straight up, that we're actually able to build a pod and get a couple of classrooms going and see how it goes, and just continually that the school will evolve and become better and better.
Students who come to Josiah will be students who are probably finding mainstream education at the moment very challenging and therefore are not feeling at their most secure and settled and therefore not attaining their full potential. We hope that by putting them in a college that's been designed and thought through with their needs in mind, we can equip them with choices so that at some point perhaps they will transition into mainstream schooling. Perhaps they'll transition to TAFE or apprenticeships, and we want to give them that range of choice for their future life.
We've been talking about the building, and we've been doing the building for 6 months, talking about it for 2 years. In a way, for me, this is where the work really begins, because once the children are here and the families are here, we've got our relationships to build, we've got our learning to do, we've got our playtimes to play, and that's a challenge in itself. But what an amazing challenge!